In this video, I'm going to show you how to avoid some common errors so that your plan can be more believable and more trustworthy when it's time for you to finally retire. You guys really seem to find my first Boldin video on mistakes really helpful. And in case you missed it, it's linked in the notes below. Based on your comments and some of my own research, I've put together 6 more common Boldin errors. Let's count them down, starting with a classic trap. Number 6 is assuming that you know what Boldin is doing behind the scenes. Boldin has default assumptions for things like general inflation and medical inflation and Social Security COLA and so on. It makes a whole series of baseline assumptions. And the better that you understand these, the more powerful and useful the planner results are. If there's any interest in a more detailed look at these assumptions, please comment below and I'll see if I can pull one together. In the meantime, if you really want to see what's happening under the hood, it's worth digging into the resources on the Planner Operations and Overview page, which is linked in the notes below. Number 5 is success score obsession. It's tempting to continually tweak small variables, like moving a return from 6.1 to 6.5% just to watch your chance of success climb. The mistake here is over-optimizing just for the chance of success. Retirement isn't a static event. It's a range of possibilities. If your plan only succeeds when every variable is just right, you don't have a plan. What you have is a fragile house of cards. Focus on building a plan that survives a range of futures rather than chasing kind of an unrealistic set of aggressive assumptions. This is a big one. Number 4 is making permanent changes to your base plan rather than using scenarios. Think of your base plan as ground truth. It should represent what's happening right now to the best of your knowledge. If you want to see what happens when you buy a boat or you move to a higher tax state, create a duplicate scenario and then run your tests. If you change the base plan every time you have a new idea, you lose your benchmark and then it becomes impossible to track your progress over time. And if you're new here, I'm David. If you're finding this helpful, I would really appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. It helps to get this video pushed out to people who can really use this information. And if you haven't already, subscribe so you can get more of these useful tutorials. Number 3 is a technical gotcha. When you enter a recurring expense in Boldin, the cost will inflate with time and with the general inflation rate that you have told Boldin. However, many users forget that one-time expenses are treated as future dollars. They don't inflate with the inflation rate, okay? Always double check whether your one-time costs are modeled in today's purchasing power or in the actual cash you'll need at the time. For example, if you put in $50,000 for a wedding 10 years from now, but you don't account for inflation in that specific entry, that $50,000 isn't going to buy what you think it will. Remember to enter the amount you think it's going to be in 10 years. Relying blindly on the beta AI planner assistant. You've heard it said to believe none of what you hear and only half of what you see. When it comes to artificial intelligence, you should believe nothing without independent verification. Look, I love AI. It's great for summarizing data or finding a specific setting, but it can still hallucinate. It can misinterpret complex tax interactions. It can tell the user to click buttons or to change settings in the program that simply don't exist. I've seen this over and over again. The AI Planner Assistant is a great assistant, but it shouldn't be the architect. Don't let it think for you. Absolutely, use it to explore your data, but always verify the final numbers in your cash flow or your tax tables. If it tells you that your RMDs won't be an issue, then go to the tax table yourself and confirm why. And finally, the number one mistake I see, and I have been guilty of this too, is guessing my expenses instead of actually measuring them. You can have the most sophisticated portfolio analysis, but if your spending input is wrong, the entire model output is simply fiction. Boldin allows you to get very granular. Use that. Look at your last 12 months of bank statements or your credit card statements. Track your expenses with a phone app. I use Quick and Simplify. Don't forget the phantom expenses like home maintenance and car tires and annual subscriptions. Precision in your spending data will make your plan much more robust and trustworthy. Boldin is a journey, not a destination. You're going to make mistakes, and that's okay. That's why we work on these models over and over again to improve them. I hope that discussing these 6 mistakes will help you sharpen your plan. If you have a Boldin tip or a mistake you've made that you'd like others to know about, leave it in the comments below so that we can all learn together. Until next time, take care.